Good morning. Today is Saturday, October 5th, 2024, and welcome to a new vlog. My name is Charlotte. I am the trauma-informed teacher, and if you're new here, I teach third grade in Eastern North Carolina. So welcome. Glad that you're here. This is going to be kind of an October reset day. I have been very busy, so if you're new, I'm working currently as a third grade teacher, but also I'm doing my principal internship with Liberty University. So I'm sort of double dutying everything right now. And we are driving an hour to my site for my internship until we move. My husband and I both got jobs in the same county where I'm doing my principal internship. And so it's our intention to buy a house there or build a house there within the next year. But right now we're just sort of like in the looking and saving phase. And it's just been, a very busy time for us. And we're kind of stretched at both ends, burning both ends of the candle, I guess you could say, with this commute. But when I look at all the things that I have been through already in this program and how close I am to finishing it, it's very encouraging to me. I do have a thesis to write after this, but this internship is something I've been trying to achieve for like 4 years now. And so I'm really happy to finally be doing it and getting my hours and getting things done. Anyway, I noticed that with all the things that we've been doing, I have been kind of slacking on keeping my house in order, and so I want to work on that today. I want to reset my laundry, get everything put away that I have washed a little at a time. I want to make sure that if there's anything that I am ready to pull out from my fall and winter items, that I can do that, add those to my seasonal closet. And I want to put some fall touches around the house. I do vignette decorating, so I have a little like scene above my mantle that I switch out. I have one in my kitchen on some shelves, and I have one on my bookshelves in the living room. So I want to kind of switch those things out today, make sure that all of my little fall decor is set out and I'm ready to go for the next couple of months, because probably won't be doing anything then until Christmas decor. So yeah, this is it for now. So this is my little fall October reset day. So I'm glad you're here and come along with me for all of the fun. So it's actually the next weekend. I'm sitting here having a little breakfast on Saturday morning. And I'm going to pick up kind of like where I left off in some of my things around the house, because what I found was I had a lot less energy than I thought I was going to have for my projects last weekend. And that's basically because of the schedule that I've been keeping. So last week, we had kind of like a stressful thing going on with our vehicles. Right now, my husband's truck, which is normally our second vehicle, it is sitting in a parking lot of a friend of ours who does repair because it needs a new engine. That happened over the summer, and we do not get paid over the summer, so all of the money that we have for living on is whatever we have saved throughout the school year. So since we have been trying to save for a house, we didn't want to just like blow our savings to fix this. We wanted to take some time, really think about what we were doing, like what is the value of the vehicle compared to the cost of the repair. And if we were going to pay for it, we were going to get a good deal because it's a friend of ours through our church out here. And he was going to find us like a, reconditioned part. So it was going to be a good deal for the repair, but still several $1,000s. And we needed to take the time to save specifically for that instead of just taking it out of our savings for the summer, which I'm really glad that we did that, because if we hadn't done that, it would cause us a lot of problems at the end of the summer because we had some other things come up that we had to pay for. So it was a good decision. But with that in mind, we borrowed a vehicle from another friend in the church. He said that we could keep it as long as we needed to. And thankfully, we still have that vehicle because this week while we were sitting in the CVS drive-thru getting our prescriptions, the tensioner pulley broke on the Malibu. The Malibu has 330,000 miles on it, so we know realistically we're going to be replacing it this year, but we're trying to hold off as long as we can. With all the driving that we're doing right now, of course, I'm not surprised. We were putting extra strain on it, but the tensioner pulley broke. It shredded the serpentine belt. So then there's two repairs. And then unbeknownst to us, it also stuck the thermostat. So now we need a new thermostat. So we went through, thankfully our friends came and picked us up. We were able to have the vehicle towed to a garage not very far from where this all happened. So we were actually very fortunate in the way everything happened, but it was a very stressful week. And not knowing what the outcome was going to be, how much it was going to be, how much it's going to set us back on, buying our house, that kind of thing, was just kind of bothering me. And stress-wise, because I have fibromyalgia, stress tends to make me really fatigued. That's just the way that my body responds to stressful situations. So after I did the little bit of decor that you saw in my clips, I had a fibromyalgia flare up and basically spent time laying around the rest of the weekend. Not doing much of anything. We did make it to church, but we were just I had to conserve my energy and make sure that I was going to be okay to go to work the next week. So fast forward to today. It has been a good week at work, but it's also been one of the longest weeks. I think it's probably been the longest week since I've been there. We had our literacy night this week, And I was also trying to get paperwork together for the after school program that I'm in charge of. So there have been a lot of little moving pieces in my life this week. And I have felt like every second of my day, I was trying to push to get something done. And, pushing to get things done when it's just you is one thing, but when you're also responsible for, other staff members, and they're also responsible for classes, and everyone's schedule is busy, it was just a lot of effort this week that I had to expend to make sure that I got all the paperwork collected from all the teachers, still taught my lessons well, and just stayed as organized as I possibly could this week. So yeah, I'm feeling like I have definitely been tapped out for the week. We had literacy night on Thursday night, and it went really well. It was a great turnout. It was a great evening, and I'm so proud of my team because everyone put like such good effort into it and made it a really nice night for the kids. But all of us came in on Friday and we were just completely exhausted. Like, the kids were exhausted, the teachers were exhausted. So, you can have great things going on, and you can be like happy and proud for your team. And it's okay to say that, like, right now, I didn't have anything left, to give anyone. So the problem with that is that right now is the time when we're getting ready to do parent-teacher conferences in another week. Our principal and our assistant principal are really looking at data to see how we can improve learning for students. And so the temptation is for people to load us down with things that are good, well-intentioned, and probably good ideas. But right now teachers we have no excess to give anyone. It's one thing to say to teachers, we appreciate you, we know how much you're doing right now, and good job, and praise us and give us a little pat on the back for all the hard work that we're doing for kids. But October is a month that, unless you're a teacher, you can't really understand what October is to teachers. And I feel like at a time when we have zero to give anyone, more and more and more gets piled on us and asked of us. So we're getting ready to start interventions, which is good. And I'm very appreciative, in my school that I'm in this year, something that's different that wasn't done at my other school is that the people that are in charge of interventions are the assistant principal and one of our TAs who has a lot of knowledge. Those staff members have been doing a lot of work behind the scenes, so the teachers did not have to figure out how to group students. At other places that I have been, we've had extra meetings and sat down and we're told, okay, group your students based on this data. What do you see? And time was taken out to do that. Whereas at this school, the people that are kind of overseeing our progress with data, they just did that for us. And I really appreciated that because this is such a hard and busy time for us as teachers. Also, another thing that they did differently at the school is that they just handed us the interventions and said, this is what you're doing, and this is who you're doing it with, and this is when you're doing it. And that just takes some of the mental load off of teachers. So I'm very appreciative of that. But that being said, next week my schedule is going to look different. I have to get my students adapted to that. I have to adapt to that. Some of the downtime that I had to do little things in my room while my students were engaged in practice work on adaptive learning sites and things like that, that downtime is going to be gone. So these are just little tweaks that I have to make to my schedule. All of these things are needed. But I think sometimes what we have to realize as teachers is we have great plans for ourselves on the weekends. But realistically, if we just need to stop everything and, mindlessly scroll or watch some Netflix or just sleep all day one day, there's nothing wrong with that. Sometimes that's just what you need to do. I'm currently wearing my shirt that I wore yesterday because I literally just took layers off and went to bed when I got home last night. I laid around in bed and did a few things like online from my phone, just kind of like caught up on some of my favorite creators and relaxed, and then I went to sleep. And I've been so grumpy this week with Joe. Like, I feel bad for him because I don't have any tolerance for things. Like, I regulate myself all day with my students because when you're exhausted, being on as a teacher takes a lot, like more energy than normal. And I've done a good job, I think, overall. I do think I was a little bit crabbier than normal, but I still gave lots of hugs and was paying attention to my students and hearing them and listening to them the way that they need to be listened to as kids. But when I get home, then it's like I don't have it. I just don't have the extra like patience and energy to regulate my emotions. And so he's been getting like all the snaps that I held back from my students and didn't like snap back at them. He's been getting it. So I want to do something nice for him this weekend, like make him something, make it a cobbler. I actually thought of that because I needed something for breakfast and I was looking for a topping for my yogurt, and I found some blackberry topping and some apple topping. I put some in my yogurt and I was like, you know what? I should make a cobbler because I don't make cobblers very often and he loves them. So, in other good news, I got a really great harvest from my green beans and my peppers last weekend, and I put it in the fridge and I need to process that. So I'm like really excited about that because my garden did not produce very much this summer. I think I waited because I was concerned about frost, and I shouldn't have waited. I should have just planted because all the people that planted early, they got lots and lots of tomatoes, and I got like nothing until just recently. So I have a bunch of green tomatoes out there, and I think I'm going to need to take them off because we've been getting some colder weather, and I'm afraid that it's going to frost and kill everything. So I need to go take them off and maybe do something with them, like fried green tomatoes or something like that. But yeah, my fall garden seems to be doing a whole lot better than my summer garden did produce-wise. Like my summer garden really grew very well and it was beautiful and my flowers were beautiful, but I just didn't get a lot of the production that I was hoping for. Although I learned a few things by doing it this year that will hopefully help me next time. Of course, there's a high possibility that I will not be in this house during the next growing season for next year in the summertime. We may be moving. I just don't think I can handle this commute for longer. It's really wearing on me, and I need more time in my day because I'm about to do the after school program. And then also our principal has recently asked if we could do some planning together as a team. And even if it's not after school, whatever I would have done during that time is going to be pushed to after school. Some things you just can't do when you're at home. Some things you have to be there to do. So I'm looking at everything and I'm saying like, this has to be short term. Like this isn't a forever like solution. And I knew that going into it, but wasn't sure how long we would be able to do it. Obviously, the longer we can wait, the more we can save. But realistically, like, I need to take care of myself. And we're just like burning the candle at both ends and not leaving a lot for ourselves as people, not leaving time for each other. And I don't want it to like wear on our relationship or disrupt the peace in our household or anything like that. So yeah, this has been a rough time. But I honestly love getting up and going to work every day. And I'm so happy when I'm there, which is a change for me this year. So, I'm in the right place. I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing and I'm glad. I just have to figure out like logistically how to make this work for our new lives that we have created for ourselves. We're getting a new deck. Our landlord decided that our old one was falling apart. So there it is. So they're finishing the railing this weekend, but everything else is done. They replaced this part last year, so kind of exciting. My garden is looking a little parched right now because I have not had time to water it, and Mother Nature has not watered it much this week. So I probably need to go do some of that this weekend. And I see some baby tomatoes that are ready, but I have a mess of sweet potatoes down there that I need to go pick up. They've been curing, and those will be ready to eat this weekend. Hey. Sometimes you just gotta take the example of your cats and lay in the sunshine. Right, Baxi? If you're feeling a little bit overwhelmed, teachers, try laying in the sun. Such a beautiful day. So now I am taking a little bit of a pause because we have decided that we are going to go visit a pumpkin patch that's about an hour and a half away from here and just do something a little bit fun so that we get a little bit of a mental break, and I think that's going to be very good for us. So I'm looking forward to it. A little time together. And we were planning on picking out a couple of pumpkins anyway, so this is perfect. While I'm out, I want to get a little bit of soil for my big pots. If you've been following me, you remember I planted out these big pots that had solar fountains in them last spring and summer. And I would like to take the center where the solar fountains are and turn that into a place for my mums that I purchased from the school. We had like a school fundraiser and we bought some mums from them. So I want to put a mum in each one of those pots, and then I want to put the other mums in our front bed and kind of divide a little bit of our other things that are up there and spread them out a little bit, clean that area up so that it looks nice. So I'm gonna go ahead and get a little bit of dirt while we're out. We don't need a lot, like maybe 2 bags would be enough for what I'm trying to do. Probably one for the pots and then one just to kind of like fill in where I plant the mums in the front bed. I don't know that I'll be able to get the dirt at the greenhouses that the greenhouse that we go to, or the pumpkin patch that we go to. I'm not sure if they'll have it or if we'll have to stop at like a hardware store on the way home. So we had a lot of fun today going to the pumpkin patch. Nice little trip, and the weather has been absolutely gorgeous today. Have I gotten anything done at home or for school? No, nothing at all, but I mentally do feel better. I got a little counter lamp and a tray. I don't know if this is going to be the size that I wanted or not. I think maybe it'll work. Anyway, I'm going to put the lamp on here and a little candle and put it on my kitchen counter. Here's my cute little lamp. Okay. Oh. Let's see what this package is, because I don't remember. This is Target. Oh yeah. I bought myself some candles. Oh, I'm excited about this. I forgot about this. I wanted more candles for my mantle. I like to have more. So I bought myself some very basic candle holders. And some more candles. So these will be really nice. Table candles. To wait on the gnome, that's good. I didn't need one right now. Perfect. And then I need to like figure out a way to put these on different levels so they're not all one height on my mantle. But for now, here we go. And that's it for my decorating, because we've had car repairs and I do not need to be spending any extra money now. All right, let's see if I can make some room for this on my countertop. All right, here it is. It's so cute. My nice little corner over here. Hopefully this will discourage clutter while also just making it look cute. I might rearrange a little bit still, but I love it. So I think I'm going to end the video here. I'm actually getting ready to sit down and do some work on the computer, and that will not be very much fun to watch. I need to get into my Liberty coursework, upload a couple of things, and yeah, I'm gonna work on my lesson plans tomorrow since I opted to do my mental health recovery time today, and hopefully get a little bit of a handle on this laundry. But one good thing that I do know is that I have time coming up on Tuesday because I have a doctor appointment that is like at a time of the day that I had to take a full day. So I'm gonna have some hours like before and after it that I should be able to use as extra time to get a few things done around the house. If I just get it started this weekend, then I know that I'll have some extra time to dedicate to getting that done. So, you know, I mean, I think really what this video has turned out to be is just a realistic look in the life of a teacher. And when you have busy months and there are a lot of demands being placed on you, sometimes the best thing you can do for yourself is just take a little time and step away and not work, at least for a day or a few hours, so that your mind can kind of like refresh itself, and then you can come back and look at it with new perspective, new eyes, and you know, a little bit more energy. So I think that I accomplished that today. And you know, I am looking forward to sitting down and getting some things like really done tomorrow on the, you know, lesson planning side and my Liberty coursework side. But for today, I'm really glad that I just took time out for me. And, you know, it's important that when you're in a serving profession that you pour back into yourself so that you have something to give to others. So I hope that you've enjoyed this video. If you relate to this kind of a weekend, I'd love to hear your own story about teacher self-care and what that means to you. Wherever you're at, don't forget to work hard, be kind, and amazing things will happen. Until next time, good night.